Ahoy!
Hello.
Hello.
Hello. Hello, 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 hello. Sorry, I'm doing... What? Okay.
Hi, I'm Tammy.
Is this your friend Tammy?
No, this is my friend Mick.
Damn me.
Here you go. Have fun.
Unless Mick is Tammy now. Or Bob. But I think Mick is Mick.
I am definitely Mick. Are my captions working or?
I don't see him show up.
So. Did you click the start captions button?
Yes.
Oh, no, there they are. I see the S pop up.
Okay, that's good.
The captions are weird, where like sometimes even when they're running, it just doesn't pick up properly, or thinks you're just like not speaking intelligible words, so it'll just be like.
I know the old captioner. Sometimes I had to run it in a separate window because if it wasn't the active tab of its window, it would be worse. I haven't checked in detail on this one, but you could try that if it is fucking up a lot.
Okay.
Did you purposely start us on the Impy theme, or is this just where you left the window? No, because you were playing other things on your Switch, so you would have closed this.
Yeah, I purposely went in here because it kept trying to do like the intro thing, and I'm like, I don't want to run the intro thing, so I just turned on Impy's theme.
Hey, Impy.
Look.
You couldn't have picked a prettier song. No. We're starting from the beginning.
Yeah.
Oh, you're going for the first choice.
Yeah. Just like we did last time.
Okay, so I guess we should give Mick the crash course on context. And so that means you're giving Mick the crash course on context.
You know the story more than I do. Hello?
And I'm sick. You should give crash course.
Oh,
Mick, the two roles to take from me are Victor Frankenstein and Count Saint-Germain. Which means neither are here right now, yet.
Yeah, and will not show up for a little bit.
Like a long little bit or a short little bit?
Well, we're gonna do a lot of skipping.
Yeah, I pressed the skip button, and it's kind of just gonna be doing this for a little bit.
Alright.
Satan, since you know the actual game, you should be explaining.
So, well, up to this point, the Royal Guard came and MC, who we've named AC, is like a girl who was just sitting in this old mansion, whatever thing, all alone for like 2 years. She's just sitting there. She's kind of a doll and she has poisonous skin. And so anything that touches her skin directly melts. She has special like poison treated clothing so that her clothes don't melt. And so the Royal Guard was coming to like take her away for some purpose. And then Lupin, yes, that Arsène Lupin from literature, comes along with his friend Impy Barbicane to basically kidnap you away instead. And then they're taking you to London and they're trying to find MC's dad, Isaac Beckford, in relation to some kind of terrorist plot. And that's about as far as we've skipped to, right?
Yes.
Anyway, so like Lupin really pisses off Leonhardt, who's the captain of the Royal Guard at that point.
I believe this is the first scene.
Of
Victor? Oh, we're
Okay.
not doing Victor.
We're not doing Victor.
I forgot.
This would be the first, but we're doing the Saint-Germain.
So her dad is a terrorist?
Victor Frankenstein is currently accused of being a terrorist. He's in the newspapers as an accused terrorist, and he's on like wanted posters and shit. You want to remain defensive.
Oh, we're actually doing something different for once.
Yeah, and Mick will have some lines. I'm sorry.
And I'm Victor, right?
Yes, you are Victor. And this is Victor Frankenstein from...
Also
Based on
from
Frankenstein.
Although in
Okay.
this story, he is a famous alchemist who, for some reason, they have combined alchemy and like pharmaceuticals. So he's also a really good doctor.
Yeah.
All right.
Yes, he's just saved you from some, or he's just saved us rather, from some like ruffians basically who cornered us in an alleyway and were gonna like sell us off into sex slavery, but then obviously one of them tried to touch her and had his hand like melt away and was screaming they were gonna hurt you, and then he comes and saves you.
That's pretty intense.
Welcome to the games
This-
we play.
Welcome to a dating sim in which this is actually just a vehicle for trauma. I love my dating sims that actually are just secretly vehicles for trauma. Dating? No, that's an afterthought. Trauma, that's what we're here for.
So whenever you want.
All right.
I hope the diffuser gives you enough context to read.
Oh, yeah, that gives me enough. Of course, we've only just met, and I'm sure that I must seem extremely suspicious to you.
And Victor attacks in combat with like test tubes of chemicals.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah. I love the art every time he goes like into action because he has like test tubes in his fingers.
Yeah, like between
And
his
he-
fingers.
Yeah, and he just like tosses test tubes and you hear like the crash of tubes. I still don't know you well enough. I don't know what Lupin and the others will think.
Well then, I'd like to explain this. I'd like to meet this Lupin fellow and explain the situation to him.
Don't worry, you'll never stutter as bad as I do into going into scatting.
Scat
And-
flubs are the best flubs. In fact, I think that we should all do that for fun if we're able. I'm just not able.
And if he agrees, do you think it would be acceptable? Probably not. ...
All right, if that's what happens, then I won't object. Come with me, Victor. I do have one question, though. Why are you going through so much trouble to help me?
Oh, it's because I think you can help me with something too.
I can?
Yes, I've been on the run for quite some time. It's only a matter of time before they catch me. It's like, I'd like you to let me hide out at this Lupin's mansion if possible.
He gives me a plaintive look, I think for a while before I speak.
Right, extra context. The house where she was like sitting was in Wales, and now they're in London.
Yeah.
But London had like heavy security or whatever to get in. They were trying to basically smuggle her in. And so some shenanigans happened, and that's how she got separated from the group. And so now she has to go back to the mansion to meet up with everybody else.
And this is like a heavy steampunk inspired London. which is why there's gears everywhere.
Yeah, it's quite literally steampunk setting of like, this is Victorian era. There is a Queen Victoria.
Yeah.
Although her name here is Queen Alexandrina Victoria. Victoria's her last name here for some reason. Anyway. It's not my home, so it isn't my place to decide anything like that. I'll ask Lupin. I think he'll say yes. Because he's a hero.
This man, you really do trust him.
I feel a tickle in my chest like a butterfly and take a paper from my pocket. Victor asks what it is, and I tell him that it's a map.
Lupin gave me this so I could find my way there in case we were separated. ...
What is it, AC?
I don't know where we are now, though. Kind of important on a map. You are here.
I think I'm good to skip?
Yeah.
Should I stop here or should I continue skipping?
No, keep skipping.
Okay.
That you haven't met Saint-Germain yet here.
Yeah.
You still don't for a little bit.
That's Lupin. There's a puppy, Cece.
A very cute puppy, Cece.
Oh,
here we go.
Oh,
wait, go back.
Boop, boop, boop.
Start from Cece, where are you? Oh, yeah. Cece? Where are you?
I start walking down the hall. I see a huge shape turn the corner at the far end of the hallway. It looked like a person in armor? Could that be the owner of this mansion? Lupin did say that he was something of an eccentric character. I quicken my pace to approach the corner and introduce myself, but...
Huh?
I turn the corner, but the huge shape is nowhere to be seen. Was I just seeing things? I look around and notice an open door in the row along the wall. Perhaps he went in there? I quietly approach, then enter. It's a huge room. It's furnished like the room I'm staying in. Could someone be staying here as well?
There are so many books.
Bookcases line the walls, packed with countless books. In a way, they remind me of Father's bookshelves, and I quickly feel a connection with this room. I look around, scanning the room, but there is no one here. More importantly, Cece isn't here either.
Where could he have gone?
I turn back to the door, thinking that I should continue looking elsewhere when...
This, I think, should be Saint-Germain.
Yeah, this would
Who
be...
is best described as just mysterious and aloof.
Easy.
And elegant. Very elegant.
And that's me too, right?
Yes.
Or...
Yes, please.
Okay. Good evening, beautiful lady. What are you doing up so late at night?
Suddenly hear a voice from behind me. Yep, there he is. I spin around in surprise and see someone who appeared out of nowhere by the window. A calm, androgynous-seeming figure. The moonlight gives his skin a bluish glow and gleams off his eyes. You know, those closed eyes.
Yep.
With the city lights sparkling outside behind him, he looks very beautiful.
The art of him is very pretty. Who are you? And how did you...
Oh, did I startle you? I apologize. I do seem to go unnoticed at times.
That sneaky little...
What?
You must be the new tenant. Lupin has told me all about you.
No, you just didn't notice him.
My name is Saint-Germain. I am honored by the title of Count in France. However, for the moment, I have the whimsical position as master of this estate. I warmly welcome you, Miss AC.
He smiles warmly. So this is the owner of this mansion.
You need not address me as Count, though. Just call me Saint-Germain.
Don't call me Count, just call me Saint. Did you say you were from France?
He seems to find this question funny.
Aha, yes, that is where I am currently from.
You mysterious little...
He's like, that's where that's my current backstory. Yeah.
Who knows?
That's my current backstory.
I may change that in a few months.
I'm currently from. Currently from?
What is that supposed to mean?
It's a pleasure to meet you, Miss AC. Your arrival has been tugging at the threads of fate for a long time.
What? I'm sorry, I don't understand.
Aha, I'm terribly sorry to have confused you. In any case, I welcome you to my home. Let us enjoy our time together.
He smiles.
All of those ahas are just laughing, actually.
Perhaps it's the moonlight or the lights from the city. I don't know why, but even though his smile seems welcoming and friendly, I feel a bottomless coldness. It's almost like looking at a smile on a painting, not on a real person.
By the way, Miss AC, were you looking for something? What is the matter?
I was looking for Cece.
Cece? Ah, the cute little dog. Lupin did tell me that the animals seem to have warmed up to you. Are you going to be taking care of him?
I'd like to try to do what I can.
Aha, I see. I'm sure Impy will be jealous.
He's jealous of literally everything.
Yes. Yes, he is.
It's like one of his most defining characteristics.
But in the most, like, dumb way.
Yeah, in the most, like... He's
It's
an
not like
idiot.
possessive jealousy. It's just like dumbass jealousy.
But his, that is, Cece's whereabouts are unfortunately a mystery to me as well.
I see. Maybe that shadow I saw has something to do with it.
You saw a shadow?
I saw something in the hallway earlier. It looked like someone in armor.
Armor. I have no tenants in my mansion like that. And if one were to dress that way, I would think it would make a lot of noise. I haven't seen anyone like that.
Ricky? Are you Cece now? Because Cece seems to like Saint-Germain perfectly fine, actually. It's too early to be gurring at him, okay?
No, it's never too early.
I suppose I was simply seeing things.
We can't be too cautious. I'm going to look around for a bit. Thank you for informing me of this.
As Saint-Germain turns to leave, I speak up.
Thank you for allowing me to stay here. I hope we get along.
Saint-Germain turns back to me.
It is my pleasure. I'm sure we will be experiencing many things together from this point on. We'll have a busy day tomorrow. Try to get some rest tonight. I wish you a peaceful sleep and good dreams.
Even after Saint-Germain leaves, I stay in the room, watching the city lights through the window. Ooh, excuse me. Maybe the air of mystery that he left behind is affecting me. Time to skip?
Yeah.
Whee! Ah, yes, the strongest stalker.
Yeah, he is not a weak stalker. He's a very strong stalker.
And a very strong skip.
Oh yes, there is also this gem inside of AC's chest. I guess we should... Well, I don't... When did they explain it?
Wait, so what is in the what's up with the gym in
Oh.
chest?
I don't know if... I think we're about getting here about
We
now,
are.
actually.
We are.
Is that AC does not have a heartbeat. She has this weird gem thing in her chest, and it seems that that is what is powering her life. In the least spoilery way I can explain.
Is she like a golem or something, or like some sort of construct?
I guess I could go ahead and
we've done the routes.
explain it.
As long as you're not
we've
explaining
gotten up
anything
to that
yeah.
point.
Yeah, just go for it.
Yeah, she's a homunculus, created by her father. She is the 666th attempt, in fact, and the only one to have survived to this point, basically. So yes, she's a homunculus. She does not have a functioning heartbeat thing. She actually just has this gem, and that is, yeah.
A baby philosopher's stone?
What?
What choice should I make?
Victor.
Victor?
Yeah.
Skipper.
The Saint-Germain guide says Victor. Because Saint-Germain's not an option there.
Yeah.
So is Saint-Germain a bad guy?
He's romanceable. He's romanceable, and I will say that there is no straight up yandere route in this game. I will also say that Saint-Germain is the closest thing to a yandere route, but in a way that I like it better.
In this chapter, we have met Abraham Van Helsing.
That's the guy with the guns. He go bang bang, but he's also a fucking nerd, so he has glasses.
Who is
I say it's a glasses wearer.
A war hero from the vampire wars that happened 2 years ago.
Yes, in this story, he is a war hero who is nicknamed the human weapon because he's extremely strong. AKA the strongest stalker.
So is there a route where he's not a war hero?
No.
No, that's just his backstory, but we just finished his route last time.
Yeah, all of the backstories are very much set in stone. It's just what happens to them changes depending on who you romance.
Yeah, and what you do.
Yeah.
Changes. So, like, basically, how much you learn of each backstory is gonna depend from to route. We finished his, so I can go ahead and spoil his whole thing. He was basically forced by the government. He had enlisted in the military to try to like support his family back home. He got very quickly actually swept up into this secret government organization that's kind of like a secret CIA.
Yeah, that's the best way to
Like
describe it.
The CIA was a secret organization that people did not know about within the military. Kind of. It's just called a secret intelligence agency known as Twilight. So he got kind of pulled into that, and then they were starting a war against the vampires, who in this are not like blood suckers who don't go out at night or whatever. They're basically just another race, but like extra strong. They just have more powerful physical capabilities. He goes to live with them for a while to like spy on them or whatever, and comes to the conclusion like they're perfectly peaceful, they're completely fine, blah blah blah. He's forced to go and massacre them anyway because they took his family hostage.
The secret organization, not the vampires.
Yes. The government forces
government.
him to. So the government takes his family hostage and is like, well, go massacre the vampires or else we're gonna kill your family. So he has to do that, and then when he comes home, they killed his family anyway! So he was out for revenge on the head of the secret organization.
Yeah.
And that brings us basically to where we are now, which is that he and others have basically tried to kill that head of the organization before, but it turns out that that character is seemingly immortal.
Okay.
And so he's trying to like figure out the secrets of his immortality or whatever so that he can kill him once and for all as revenge.
Yeah.
And as far as he understands, there is some relation in that immortality stuff to Isaac Beckford, which is what brings him here now. Oh, also Twilight is after AC, the MC. They are also trying to kidnap her for various purposes.
Everyone wants to kidnap the main character for various reasons.
Mm-hmm.
It's a
Lupin's
problem.
reason is at least to prevent a terrorist plot.
Still a kidnapper?
Yeah. The reason that AC is with Lupin is essentially cool motive, still kidnapping, but like cool motive. I guess we'll go with you because it's a cooler motive than all of the other kidnappers.
Yeah.
People have less than great reasons for trying to kidnap a girl whose skin is poison. Shocker. Anyway, we're coming out because it's Pride.
Okay.
Sounds good.
Well, I'm skipping because it's not important.
Oh. Saint-Germain wasn't in any of this.
Nothing. Saint-Germain is basically just like, oh, you have a new housemate. Cool.
Barely in this chapter. The most significant thing in this chapter of Saint-Germain is actually just that he leads Grace at dinners and meals.
Yeah, like he does
Like
this. He does this.
Let's go ahead and have him recite Grace, I guess.
All right. Lord, bless this meal which we are about to receive. Please forgive us as this meal is consumed for us, sinners, body and mind. All right, everyone, let's eat.
Also, let's skip.
Mm-hmm.
Blah 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 blah.
Oh, anyway, so this is kind of where they're like, oh, by the way, seeing as you're very poisonous, you can't stay in the house constantly because your poison also builds up in the air, and they can have some kind of tracker for your poison. And so if you stay cooped up in the house all the time, all of your poison's gonna accumulate, and then it'll become really easy for the enemies to detect you. And so therefore you have to like go out sometimes, and we're gonna teach you self-defense and shit. So obviously this time we want to ask Saint-Germain to teach us because we're going for his route.
Yeah, we know that Van Helsing teaches like fighting, and Impy teaches like mechanics and stuff
Well,
like that.
they explain
Yeah.
what each one's going to teach you.
I don't remember.
Saint-Germain's basically okay. Van Helsing teaches you like combat.
Yeah.
Impy's supposed to teach you like mechanical skills because he's an engineer. Victor's supposed to teach you like first aid and stuff.
Okay.
And Saint-Germain teaches you about like geography of London, stuff like that. Basically lay of the land.
Yeah.
I want Saint-Germain to teach me.
What a pleasant surprise. I hope I can be of assistance.
Oh, jeez, I have to remember how to do these voices.
Oh, I can't wait for when you're gonna have to learn to do Lupin's lines in the Lupin route.
What? Wait, what is that supposed to mean?
Just like for how showy and stuff he is quite reliable, and he's very
Okay, but what does learn how to do his lines mean?
Have you yet had a situation where you've had to read Lupin desperate?
Oh no,
Like
no.
shouting desperately, Lupin.
Oh no, that's gonna be painful. Not like
That's what I mean is like you having to do
yeah.
a Lupin voice,
And-
but which is packed with like desperate emotion.
Fear, anger, crying. Yeah.
Because usually he's so like, yeah, exactly. So you're gonna have to learn to pack that voice with lots of different emotions. Good luck. It's okay. Later on, when it's not mixed responsibility, I'm gonna have to figure out how to do Saint-Germain's voice in all of these.
And Victor.
Victor's is a little bit more simple, direct. I don't know.
True.
I have the benefit of also having heard all of their voice acted in the game since I've played this before, and just ran through everything, all the remaining routes over again. I sped through, so I didn't listen through every single line, but I got snippets.
You're going to learn about London. He probably knows everything there is to know about this city. He'll be a great guide. I'm sad you didn't choose me, but I guess Soul Saint G is not a bad choice.
Okay, Impy, shut up with your sad jealousy. This is what we mean by, like, dumbass jealousy.
Mm-hmm.
Also, you sure we're not voice actors?
See, the concept of our channel started with we're doing silly, dumb voices, and then we started, like, doing voices for real.
And then we started, like, actually adding, like, actual emotion?
Because we started playing more serious dating sims that have, like, trauma and shit instead. JK, that was already Hot Tub Boyfriend.
Yeah, yeah!
But,
Yeah.
you know, it started with silly voices, okay? That was supposed to be the concept, but I don't actually know how to do anything silly.
We're too real here.
I liked my trauma stuff too much, okay?
It seems you're well trusted, Count.
Aha. I have helped these people out with their endeavors on several occasions. If their trust is a result of my having assisted them, it is a source of joy.
Did help when I was running through all of the routes over again. recently that it turned out that I apparently started a save file just for the beginning of each route. Conveniently.
That's convenient.
Yeah, instead of the pathogenesis thing that they provide, I had just straight up put a save at the beginning of each one.
The Count's not bad in a fight, too, though he doesn't look it. You'll be safe with him around in case something happens. Since apparently he's, like, super strong? That still baffles my mind.
Powerful.
He's able to lift, like, 500 pounds like it's nothing.
He's very slender and surprisingly powerful. Why is your caption box like a little bit less wide than everybody else's?
Don't know.
This is bothering me.
Good. Have it bother you.
It's also like harder to read than everyone else's. Please fix it.
I fixed it.
Thanks.
There.
I see. That's a bit unexpected. I don't mean to offend you, or I don't mean to offend, but I assume that the Count wasn't fond of confrontation. Of course, I dislike conflict. However, I'm not so cowardly as to shy away from a fight if the situation calls for one. I'm looking forward to working with you today, Miss AC.
Thank you.
After breakfast, Saint-Germain and I walk through the London streets. This area seems middle class, as Lupin explained it. There are plenty of people in the streets, and those people are better dressed than those in the poor districts. No, I have to stay alert. I need to remember that there are people after me.
What's the matter? You seem to be trying to look everywhere at once.
Is it just me? I feel like both of you are sounding robot-y, and I think that means my connection's getting bad.
Yeah, both of you are fine for me.
Okay, well,
Yeah.
as long as I'm coming through, okay. Surprisingly, it's not pixely. It was just both of you who started sounding a bit robot-y.
There was a little times earlier where both of you were a little robot-y for me, but it like quickly fixed itself.
Okay. I feel as if Twilight might be hiding somewhere.
Aha! Twilight is a very competent organization. No matter how hard you look, you'll never catch sight of them.
Other than all the times we do catch sight of them.
Well, that's when they're directly confronting us.
True.
Are you sure we're safe walking around in public like this?
No need to fear. As Lupin said, London is filled with people. It's actually more difficult to find one person in this crowd.
Are you sure? Well, if you say so. Where are we going today, Count?
Let's see. We'll walk around as much as we can, and perhaps visit a place that is unique to London.
Sounds like we're just out having fun.
Aha. This is part of your training. If you're going to be going about London, it's important to know the lay of the land. This should make it easier for you to escape should you be attacked.
Yes, you're right.
Now, let us decide where to go. Where would you rather visit, the poor area or central London?
Central.
I'd like to go to central London.
I'd like to go to central London.
Thanks!
Thanks for reading my line first.
Well, it said it in the not AC voice, so I read it, and then it's just... This game just plays with my emotions, okay?
More ways than one.
Oh,
In a lot of ways, actually. In more ways than 5, maybe.
in a lot more ways than 5.
I've never been there.
Aha. As you wish. Let us proceed to the center of Britain.
Oh, and this is called Steel London because I guess London kind of was like falling apart at one point, and so they reconstructed it as this massive, like, steel steampunk behemoth. It's like walled in with like turrets and stuff. It's very steampunk.
'Tis very steampunk.
Yeah, so I think it's not quite laid out the same way as actual London.
He begins walking again, and I follow. After we walk for a while, we arrive at a wide, orderly open space. There are not many people on the street nearby, and carriages and automobiles pass by us every once in a while. The buildings nearby are all very large mansions. The people around us are wearing well-tailored clothing. I may be imagining it, but it even feels like the air here is cleaner than in Midtown.
This is central London. It's the center of London, of course, but it's also the brain of Britain.
High Street. Those who live here do not go out on the streets. While the energy level is below Midtown's, the architecture and decorations are superior to anywhere else. Anyone walking around in this district is most likely a servant out shopping. This game has a lot of glossary items to explain things.
It does. Sometimes they're very dumb glossary items, though.
And then sometimes after you read the glossary item, they'll then basically say the same explanation as the character saying it.
Yes, they do sometimes.
The various political, economic, and diplomatic functionaries are gathered here in this district.
Sometimes the glossary items also tell us, like, where in history we are.
Mhm.
Like, oh, this is before the time of this, so they are using this technology instead. Or, oh, in the reality, this is a debunked theory, but for the purposes of this game, we're going to pretend that this communication form is correct and real.
Yeah.
I don't see many people here.
The upper class rarely walk. They mainly go about in carriages or automobiles. The people you see out on the street tend to be servants running errands.
Servants? But they're so well dressed.
The upper class like to show off. Dressing their servants well is a reflection of their own wealth.
I look at Saint-Germain, puzzled.
Why don't you use a carriage, even though you're a count? You don't have any servants either.
I'm a bit of an oddball. I like to walk on my own 2 feet, and I prefer to run my own errands.
And I just have Impy doing all the cooking. Didn't you know you guys are my servants, actually?
I mean it. Yeah.
Like, okay, you do the cleaning, and Impy, you do the cooking, and Van Helsing, you're the guard.
I was about to say he's the bodyguard.
Well, he is the whole house guard.
And Victor, you're the doctor in the house.
You're the medic.
Yeah.
I see. Then I prefer the oddballs.
It's an honor, my beautiful lady.
Saint-Germain smiles kindly, and we begin to walk again. Later on, we walk around London for a while as Saint-Germain leads the way. I feel like I've become very familiar with the geography of the city. but according to Saint-Germain, I have much more to learn.
London is a vast city. There's a great deal to see, even if we put our objective of learning the layout of the side or the place aside. I'll take you to one such landmark now.
Saint-Germain speaks peacefully, and we continue walking. I can't help but gasp in surprise. There is a massive river with an immense bridge spanning it. No, it's more like a huge tower than a bridge. There are many horses and machines traveling on it, just like a normal street.
I've never seen a bridge this big.
This is called Tower Bridge.
It's more like a tower than a bridge. Yes, it's called Tower Bridge. Tower Bridge, a granite bridge crossing the River Thames. Several bridges have borne the name London Bridge throughout history. The London Bridge in this game was designed by the heroine's father, Isaac.
Her father is also like a huge inventor.
He is simultaneously like the top alchemist ever to live, the top engineer ever to live, the top everything science. He designed Steel London and also this like bridge and stuff, and also created the homunculus and a whole bunch of other stuff. He's known as the modern Prometheus in this game.
Yes.
Ah. While Isaac was in charge of London's reconstruction, it's said he planned this bridge to serve the expansion of commerce.
Yeah, he's now missing, so they're trying to look for him because she has this poison, and they're like, how do we get rid of this poison, though? Also for various other reasons, but like for her specifically, it's especially like, Dad, how do I get rid of the poison?
How do I not kill people when I touch them?
My father designed this bridge?
Indeed, he had an amazing amount of talent in a variety of fields, architecture among them. The bridge itself actually moves.
It moves? I don't believe it.
It's true, the bridge is capable of opening in order to allow large ships to pass along the Thames. See there, even as we speak.
I hear a steam whistle out on the river and look to see a ship approaching.
It's gonna crash if it doesn't stop.
No, it won't. Watch closely.
A siren begins to ring on the bridge. When it does, the people crossing it hurriedly get off of it. Right before our eyes, the bridge rises among clouds of steam.
No, it's funny that the siren is the same sound effect that they use for like every emergency, so it just sounds way more severe than it is here.
Look, they didn't have the budget for a special siren. Are you gonna continue, game?
Oh, wow!
I'm lucky to have seen such a look of surprise on your face. ...
I realize now how much Saint-Germain goes, aha, 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 aha. Just like every other line.
Ah, yes! It's the Van Helsing of this route.
Uh-huh. We gotta just make a soundboard for that next.
A while later, we are back on the street, making our way back to the mansion. On the way, I tell Saint-Germain how interesting I find everything that day. The Count listens with a kind expression. Only...
Not Saint-Germain. Why do you sometimes look so lonely?
Oh, do I? I couldn't possibly be lonely, not with you by my side. Thank you for thinking of me, though.
His smiling face has no trace of the shadow that had crossed it. A few days later, every day I was taught by someone new to protect myself, and I'm skipping.
Uh-huh. Oh, and Lupin teaches you various things about, like...
Oh yeah, and then we
being
get a new
a-
outfit.
Yes, Victor has learned how to poison-proof new clothes for you now. Yeah, I realize now, like, oh yeah, Lupin's not a choice here right now.
Lupin's not a choice here right now, yeah.
But he is also helping teach, and he's teaching AC various, like, thieving technique stuff, and,
say,
like, how to get out of capture and stuff.
Yeah.
Wait, I'll be right back. Sorry.
No, you're all good.
Saint-Germain, would you teach me?
It makes me happy to hear you ask.
Okay, now we wait. How have you been enjoying it so far? Even though we've been skipping most things.
It's been pretty fun.
It's a lot of information all at once, especially because we're going through a lot of things. Because we've already gone through it twice, so it's kind of like, let's get to the actual, like, new content really quickly. But yeah, I mean... I hope anybody watching is also having fun. But... we're slowly getting you to also voice more things to make
Was that the plan?
No, that's never gonna actually be a plan. We just like having you on.
Well, that's good. I like being
Yeah, we
here.
like having you here.
I joke that it's our plan to have Mick just voice a lot of things.
That's not our plan per se, but that is what our stream usually is. I like having you here, so effectively, that is what happens.
What I miss?
You missed one line from Mick.
Which was?
Makes me happy to hear you ask.
It does?
Yes, very. Walking around London with you is a very wonderful way to spend time.
That's right. He's teaching me about London. The purpose of these lessons is to learn geography and develop a good sense of the area, to make it easier to run if needed. Man, you're so lucky. I'd like to walk the streets of London with her too.
You see, MP, you're incompetent.
There's not a single thing to gain from walking around London with you. There's a lot to gain. I have an extensive list of sightseeing spots that are famous for their souvenirs.
So you gain souvenirs? Impy, Van Helsing surely didn't mean it like that.
Oh, MP, the comedic relief. Dumbass.
Any thief will aim to learn every corner of their workplace, AC. Getting to know London will be beneficial for you.
Yes, I feel that way too. I really appreciate what the Count is doing.
It's easy to speak of it in words, but London is a very expansive city. I'm only introducing you to a small portion of London, but I'll be glad if that information is useful to you. Miss AC, why don't we change things up a bit from our usual lesson?
I'm ready.
After breakfast, Saint-Germain and I walk the streets of London. Again. Or, that's what I expected. For some reason, he takes me back to the Tower Bridge, where we have already been.
Saint-Germain? Why did we come back here?
Aha! I thought I would show you something that I didn't tell you about last time.
Hmm?
In addition to the road we walk on, there's an access way above the Tower Bridge.
Access way.
As they say, seeing is believing. It's probably faster for me to simply show you than try to explain. This way, please.
I follow his lead. Soon. There is a staircase in one section of the bridge, and it seems we can climb up it.
Oh. I didn't know there was a place like this.
Isn't the architecture unique? It seems your father has an interesting way of thinking.
And it's a black screen, so we don't have to pay artists to make art for it.
It might be about to show a CG, actually.
We climb a short flight of stairs, and suddenly there's light.
Or not a CG, but... What a view!
That is a view.
Not a CG, just another background.
Just another background.
That's okay.
I slowly open my eyes into the glare and see a sight of London that I'm not used to spread out before us.
Isn't this a nice view? There aren't too many places in London where you can enjoy a view like this.
It's beautiful.
Dreams, desires, steam, machines, people. Steel London is overflowing with a variety of different things. I would like to talk with you today about the city's history, which is comparable to Babylon, a prosperous ancient city.
Will knowing the history of London help me with self-defense?
Yes, certainly. A deeper understanding of matters is connected to everything from your thought processes to your actions. Understanding London on a deeper level will cement your safety within the city.
Alright. Tell me about it, Count.
Saint-Germain nods, then begins to talk.
London's beginning lies far back in history and has its origins as a settlement of the Roman Empire long ago. Since then, London has continued to prosper as the center of Britain's history. Much like other cities, London's development followed a natural path in step with the advancements of civilization. But 13 years ago, due to the influence of a single man, Isaac Beckford, London deviated from the natural course of history and the world.
Isaac Beckford. My father. I continue to listen as Saint-Germain talks. Listening to him, I feel as if his words are spreading the history of London out before my very eyes. He continues to speak about how London developed.
Isaac Beckford. When he was discovered by Queen Victoria, everything began to change. He altered London in a drastic and fundamental way.
Isaac was the one who conceptualized the plans to reconstruct London into Steel London, a city and massive fortress. At the time, London was in crisis. The previous king, Queen Victoria's father, had been expanding his colonies too rapidly and was being frowned upon by other nations. King Edward, Queen Victoria's father, who was killed by political opposition. Though in reality, Edward never held the throne. In this alternate history, he was able to take the crown in the confusion following the death of King George III.
I said sometimes the glossary is like, here's where we are in history, and this is where we deviated the AU.
Look, this is our AU, just deal with it.
Yeah. I like that the glossary sometimes acknowledges, like, this is another universe.
Yeah.
Just in case you weren't sure by all the steampunk, this is an alternate universe, FYI.
At the time, there was so much tension that practically anything could have sparked a war with the rest of Europe. What prevented war from breaking out?
It is said that Queen Victoria and Isaac's motive in rebuilding London were the main force behind preventing the war.
Victoria wanted to make a declaration to the other nations of the world. Starting an armed conflict with Britain would not go well for them. She needed to flaunt Britain's strength.
And so, Steel London, based on Isaac's invention of the Neo steam engine, needed to be a symbol of British military power. The huge outer wall surrounding the city and the multitude of gun turrets atop it make this city both a fortress and a symbol.
Outer wall, a huge barrier surrounding Steel London. Countless gun batteries have been installed along the upper section, glaring out at those outside.
Turret cluster. A group of gun turrets installed along the outer walls of London. Each one is extremely powerful. Gosh dang the glossary items! Victoria invited representatives of every country to London and held the World's Fair once reconstruction was complete.
It's fair. One of the first of these expositions was held in 1798 in Paris, France. The objective of this show was to demonstrate achievements in humanity's advancements and look towards the future.
Many experts say her intention in displaying her military might was to try to stop the possibility of a world war.
What stands out here is that, for some reason, Isaac Beckford disappeared at some point during London's reconstruction.
Disappeared.
The city before my eyes was created by my family, whom I've yet to meet.
Actually, just one person in your family.
The only family member she knows about.
At this point.
So her family. This is
Even so.
This is very strange to me.
I can understand why Lupin wants to search London for Isaac. He has left many footprints here, perhaps too many, one might say.
A while later, we leave the access way behind us and walk together. As we go, Saint-Germain continues to tell me London's history in detail.
There's likely a great secret slumbering here in London, yes. Something that turns its back on even God's teaching.
Saint-Germain falls silent, as if absorbed in contemplation. His usual kind smile disappears, and I sense that he has sunk into the depths of thought.
Count? What's the matter?
Oh, excuse me. I couldn't help but think about what kind of secret may be lying here.
I look at Saint-Germain, smile, think for a moment, and then speak up. Both. The answer's both.
The answer is both, but the answer to choose is mysterious.
But, like, he's also one of the most suspicious characters in this entire game.
Because he's mysterious. It's okay. Like I said, we'll do his route so that we can figure out what the fuck is wrong with him. You're very mysterious.
Mysterious? Whatever makes you say that?
I will be right back.
We'll just continue staring at Saint-Germain, being like, what? Me? Mysterious? What? What are you talking about? I'm not
Sounds like a
mysterious. You're
plan.
mysterious. So originally, the recommended route playthrough order actually puts Saint-Germain after Victor Frankenstein, but then I replayed the remaining routes and I was like, actually, one, Victor is my favorite of the routes, and two, I think actually Victor's makes more sense in the overall story of things to be this second last, because the game enforces that Lupin has to be last because his is the one that sort of ties everything together. And he's sort of like the true end route, whatever. So he has to be last, but the other four you can unlock in any order. But actually, I'm like, Saint-Germain's got a lot of his own shit going on. So I moved him up in the play order, and that's why we're doing this now. Actually, some of the stuff that's referenced just now, I'm like, no, it's a good thing to do this one before Victor's, I think. Oh, I don't want to say why, because of spoilers, of course.
Suspicious.
Are you calling me sus?
Yes.
Okay. I never know what you're thinking, but you make me feel safe.
Sure.
Aha, is that so? I'm glad you feel that way.
Something I've been wanting to thank you for.
Thank me for what?
Thank you for letting me live in your mansion, even though you barely know me.
Oh, that. I would have assumed you understood that I welcome any person who amuses me. After all, I let a known thief stay there.
You all make me laugh, so you're good.
I'm amused by you. Also, I'm secretly super fucking strong, so I could kill any of you if I wanted to. I'm not worried. Do I amuse you?
Yes, you're definitely interesting, and...
Saint-Germain looks into my eyes.
With his closed.
Like, we rarely see his eyes open, it feels like.
It's one of those anime tropes, you know? He'll open his eyes when he gets serious. I think that chapter 8 CG of him and Finis has his eyes open, I believe.
Yeah, I think so. I was gonna make a joke. Oh, yes, like Snorlax. When Snorlax opens his eyes, Hyper Beam comes out. Saint-Germain opens his eyes. Lasers come out. His face is so handsome and perfect.
I can tell by looking into your eyes that you are a kind person and worth helping.
Thank you, Count.
I feel a little awkward and avert my eyes as I reply. For a while after that, we walk around the city and talk about many different things. When the sun is high in the sky,
Let's get going, Miss AC.
Where are we going now?
It's almost time for lunch. I've been looking forward to a meal together, just the two of us.
You have? Why?
There's not a gentleman alive who does not look forward to dining with the beautiful lady.
There are plenty of people, and it is very valid.
what? I don't get it.
There are lots of gentlemen alive who do not necessarily look forward to dining with beautiful ladies, and that is perfectly valid.
Beautiful lady.
Thank you, Count. Even if you're just being nice, it's kind of you to say.
I'm hardly just being nice. Please let me escort you.
Saint-Germain.
Also, lots of not so gentlemen who also don't look forward to dining with beautiful ladies, and that's also valid.
Saint-Germain holds out his arm, and I take it. The afternoon soon carries a gentle breeze with it, and low clouds pass shadows above.
Unfortunate thing with this and other dating sims is sometimes the compulsory heteronormativity is so strongly there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I mean, that's why Arcade Spirits was great, is because it's just like, let's be friends. We're just hanging out with friends.
Also that you could be whatever gender.
Yeah?
Here it's very locked into heteronormativity, and also is very like comp het, and it's very like aerophobic and stuff sometimes,
Mm-hmm.
as we've called out before, as
Well-
we'll call out again.
I walk alongside the Count into the city.
Lord, bless this meal which we are about to receive. Please forgive us, as this meal is consumed for us sinners, body and mind.
And skip.
You know, we have to read Grace every time.
I don't know. Oh no, it's a train! Good thing we can skip
We're
it.
gonna kidnap a train.
Good thing we can just skip it.
Yeah, kind
Boop.
of.
Well, I mean,
Kind of skip like the whole thing, I think.
yeah, because Saint Germain's like
Just about.
not a portion of basically all of it.
Like, it matters, but it... Well, no, there's a couple points to speak with them. Anyway, we can't decide. Sorry, I can't really decide.
Now, there's no need for apologies. The optimal solution does not always lie in forcing yourself to make a decision.
I see. I guess this is a bit of a rush, but it definitely is an opportunity for us. Worst case scenario, I'll only take along those who want to come with me.
No, you can't. This involves me, so I can't not be a part of it.
Then, everyone's willing to give this a shot? We all nod in determination, agreeing with Lupin's sentiment. I won't let you down, I promise. I'd like to go into details now, but there's one thing I want to say.
Put our own lives first, right?
Exactly. You're catching on quick.
Said, why do you only like to try to pounce on your own tail in the tightest corners? She specifically goes into the corner to chase her own tail.
Because
And is like,
then
jumping around trying to pounce on herself.
it has less room to run away.
She just ends up like bumping into the wall and door over and over. But it's very cute. It was all you said in training.
Lupin gives me a small bow. AC, we didn't skimp on your training. Best minds around helped you. Don't worry, it'll come in handy. I think I can skip from now on.
I think you can. You should give context to it though. Why are they hijacking the train?
Because Twilight's leader is going to be on the train due to information Lupin found out. And if they can get Twilight's leader, then they can get info on Isaac. So they're kidnapping the leader.
Also info on like why Twilight wants AC in the first place.
Yeah.
Is the logic there.
Skeep!
Preparations.
We're gonna check on Impy, right? I'll go help Saint-Germain. Then again, I don't know if he has any preparations to help with. What exactly is his role in this plan anyway? Like, he's not really a part of this plan. He's kind of just like, you guys have fun.
And yet, he's there.
I try to imagine
Just like
one,
Theo.
but... Poor Theo. But come up short. Maybe he's like me and hasn't been given a role. He'd be looking around for something to do as well then. I walk around the mansion for a while. I find the Count elegantly sipping tea in his room.
Ah, Miss AC, how was your evening? Not well, I see.
Is it noticeable? I'm having trouble. Really, every
Aha.
other line.
I take it that you're nervous. We do have a big mission coming up.
Every other line, he has that little chuckle.
He just likes chuckling.
Mysteriously.
He's like Knuckles. He chuckles.
Knuckles chuckles.
Knuckles chuckles.
There's this horoscope thing that my roommate and I have. And yesterday, she was sending me a screenshot of hers. It was like, what was it? Your heart's knuckles beat against society or something. And I was like, I didn't know your heart had knuckles. Oh wait, I should have known. Your knuckles is always in your heart. And then I sent her a picture of
Knuckles the Echidna?
yeah.
Nice. I can't help but smile. Sometimes it seems like Saint-Germain knows my thoughts better than I do.
Yeah, Knuckles always in all of our hearts, I guess. Beating against society, apparently.
Why is he punching society in your heart?
Are you not punching society in your heart?
No, I'm sleeping.
Your heart is sleeping. Are you
Yes.
one of the princesses of heart.
Yes.
Which one?
I'm Aurora.
Yes, I think that's it. You are Aurora.
Oh, you're so quick to admit it.
Seems pointless to try to hide my true feelings from you.
You overestimate me, but admitting your weakness to me is a sign of trust. That makes me happy. How about some tea? It will help calm you down.
Maybe just a little.
Saint-Germain gets up and brings over the tea set. He pours a cup and gently offers it to me. The aroma and rising steam do seem to help me unwind.
Please.
I follow his invitation and take a sip.
It does calm me down. Thank you.
Aha. You're welcome.
I'll say I really like Saint Germain's earrings. I too want earrings like that. Just gonna bring a picture of his earrings to like a piercing place and be like, can I have this, please? Thank you. I lost Sharky. He was laughing at the earrings, and I don't think it was that funny.
Quack.
Well, if ducks can get piercings.
Neither can sharks.
But they do tag fish and sharks, I think, sometimes in the sea. I heard you were taking part of the plan too. Aren't you nervous?
Nervous? Well, let's see. I don't think we'll get into any serious trouble even if the event that we do fail, so I'm not that worried.
Oh, if only.
We won't get into serious trouble? Even though they might try to kill us?
Aha. I probably feel so confident because I have such faith in you all. Lupin doesn't fail, and Van Helsing is a gifted warrior. Also, we have Victor's extraordinary knowledge and cautiousness, as well as Empy's excellent technical abilities.
It would have been funnier if it just was as well as Impy.
There have been those times that they just cut off Impy, and Impy's like, wait, what about me?
Yeah, they're just like,
Yeah, you're
and
here.
Impy. Uh-huh, yeah. Yeah, uh-huh.
Or sometimes they don't even go and Impy.
Yeah. Yeah.
They're just like, yeah, Lupin and Van Helsing and Victor, all very reliable.
Hey,
And Impy's
what
like,
about
wait about me! And they're like, what about you?
You're a good
Shut
cook.
up, Impy.
With this sort of team, I'd say that it's quite difficult for us to fail. And if worst comes to worst, there's always me.
Suspicious.
Sharky, we're trying to date Saint Germain this time. Please stop calling him sus until he actually starts acting sus as hell.
He's always suspicious. What are you talking about?
You only feel that way right now because you don't know yet. But right now, he's just being mysterious. Later on, he becomes suspicious. You know, like when he just suddenly drives a dagger through someone. He's just like, oh, hello, by the way, I'm here, and also, this guy's dead now.
But is he dead?
Not in Van Helsing's route.
Read your line.
You're so confident.
Compared to him, I'm...
What about you, Miss AC?
He asks me kindly, and I respond honestly.
Still worried.
Don't worry. Trust in the people that trained you. Even if you can't trust in yourself, can't you bring yourself to trust everyone else?
Yes, I can.
That's the spirit, Miss AC.
Thank you, Saint-Germain. I do feel better now.
It's nothing. I simply stated what was on my mind.
You're mysterious, but being near you puts me at ease.
Aha. I will take that as a compliment.
Of course it was. Count, how can I stay calm like you?
Know that you can kill everyone in 5 seconds.
5.
Let's see. I'm sure it will come to you with experience.
Experience?
Yes, as you get older, things tend to surprise you less and less, and you become more centered.
You don't look that old, Count. With his wiki page's age question marks?
That is still the funniest thing is, how old is Saint-Germain? Ah.
He's some kind of age. His age on the wiki is just unknown. But his birthday is August 2nd, so we at least know his birthday, I guess.
Oh, do I look that young to you? I'm happy to hear that.
Wait, I just want to... The wiki list, his occupation is just landowner.
We know that's false.
Like, not even landlord, because he's not charging them rent or anything.
He just owns the land.
His job is just being the guy who owns the house.
Saint-Germain laughs to himself and takes another sip of his tea. Saint-Germain and I talk for a while. By the time the sun has completely set, I feel that my anxiety has gone away. If only. Time to ski! Boop. Screaming their plan in the center of the station.
Yeah. That's a good idea. All the time, right? Always a great idea. We want to get the fuck out of here.
Leave?
Yeah. I mean, we just shouted our plan in public. Like, maybe don't just hang out there.
Ooh.
Yeah.
I glance over at Saint-Germain, wondering what he is up to right now. He's simply staring at the moon.
See, even though he's not a huge part of the plan, somehow we actually spent a lot of time talking to him.
Yeah, like, he is not even there during the actual heist.
Neither are you right now.
What could he be thinking about? Something about him seems sad right now.
Yeah, no, you said like, oh, we can just skip through like this entire chapter, and then I glanced at the guide and I went,
no, we can't.
I don't know about that.
Apparently
Saint-Germain,
not.
what's the matter?
I can't help but call out to him, and he smiles as if he just awoke from a dream.
What do you mean?
So sad just now.
Oh, that's...
Saint-Germain falls silent, thinking over his response. Then he answers me.
It's likely because I was praying.
Does praying make you sad?
Mood.
Miss AC, have you ever truly prayed to the Lord?
Oh yeah, I guess I should also mention that Saint-Germain's is like the most religion-related route.
Interesting.
Well, as you can see, he's quite religious.
Well, I mean, we knew he was, like, super duper religious. It affecting the route is interesting.
I suppose not.
I shake my head and the Count smiles at me gently.
Prayer is the act of hoping for the Lord to aid you in times in which you have no control. It comes from a deep love and awe of God, and is built upon a sentiment of resentment towards the world.
Okay. Sure. Uh-huh.
The words God, please are often interchangeable with God, why. I believe in you and worship you within those words of prayer.
I heard a cat.
Yeah, Marshmallow. The bitter pleas of so help me are hidden. That's why I view the act of praying as both beautiful and lachrymose at one time.
I'm just waiting on comments from Sharky.
I mean, it's not completely wrong.
Wait, I always forget if I've asked you, Mick. How do you feel about religion? I don't actually.
I'm not a fan, but I mean, I respect other people's right to be religious and whatnot, as long as it doesn't, I guess, hinder me in any way.
Oh, yeah, that's fair.
Yeah.
It's usually about my take. Except that I also am filled with fight god energy.
Fair.
I save my fighting god for JRPGs.
Why leave it off there?
Because that's what I save my fight god energy for.
Up there. You could also fight him in I guess this is also created by a Japanese company, actually.
Yeah, it is.
It's so complicated.
Aha. If you don't normally think of things this way, it may be difficult to understand.
I mean, here's the thing though about it, like, it's not completely wrong, which is why I'm like,
This is why I'm just listening for your comments and concerns and questions, and I will be listening for your comments all through this route. I really look forward to your comments
Like-
throughout this whole route.
Rook, the built upon a sentiment of resentment, I'm like, okay, that's not true. That maybe for him, but like generally that's not true. I mean, the words "God please" are often interchangeable with "God why." I mean, yeah, that's totally okay, sure.
What are you praying for, Count? What do you need help with?
Yes.
My prayers are always the same. For this world to be a little bit gentler to those who live upon it. I want him to help those who live in deep sorrow. That's all I pray for.
Hmm?
No, just it's
You want to save the world. That's such an immense concept. I can't really imagine what it would take.
Uh-huh. It's a normal reaction. And though I pray for the salvation of the world, I can't imagine what it would be like at all.
Dot.
As Saint-Germain speaks quietly, I still feel that there's something melancholy about him. In this moment, I feel like I've finally touched the man's heart that he usually keeps so hidden. Skip!
You say that like you're not in charge of the skip button.
I say that because I'm in charge of the skip button.
Uh-huh.
We're breaking into a train. Everything's gonna go great. Oh no, there's Herlock Sholmes.
Who, for some reason, in the sequel, they started saying Sholmes.
Okay. And the person on the left is the leader of Twilight.
Who's also like a kid.
Who
and
is
also her brother.
I was about to say, and it's also your brother.
As he's revealing to you now. There are no more options in this.
Yeah, I'm more stopped to just be like, okay, the one on the left is the leader of Twilight, like, just as a little,
that's
like,
her
disclaimer.
brother who is like, hi, sister, I waited so long to meet you that I totally actually planned out this whole trap, and y'all fell for it, and now I'm gonna take you home with me. Hi, sister. Oh, we can kill everyone else, though. And that's the one that Van Helsing's trying to kill, is this kid. Who's seemingly immortal.
Whee! And that's the end of the chapter.
Wow, we made it through half the prologue already. Or half the common route. It's
And
not
we
really
could
prologue.
skip
We can skip most
a
of
lot of this, at least.
this stuff for like the next 3 chapters because it's Van Helsing heavy, Victor heavy, and then Impy heavy.
All right.
They're broke, they're out of money.
And so they're trying to find a way to get money. So they're gonna catch a
Anyways,
thief.
they're gonna be bodyguard thingies. Is there another way?
To skip ahead faster.
What if we skip even faster?
And then we meet the best and
And
precious
we-
child.
Yes. Adorable baby.
With a smile hat. Who is a vampire. And
One of
is
the only remaining vampires, the vampire prince. Persuade.
and really, really wants to kill Van Helsing.
Don't ask.
Yeah,
Wait.
I was like, we're not gonna ask.
You're being emo. We'll just leave you to it.
Like, we're not gonna go into backstory.
Not that Van Helsing tells you that much
No.
in this part, anyway. And we move on. Anyway, what if you live with us at Saint-Germain's mansion? I ask without actually asking Saint-Germain first.
And Saint-Germain's just like, he's funny, okay.
Oh wait, first we have to have Van Helsing fighting a child.
Yes. Beating a
Holding
child.
back a lot, obviously, but you know.
And then being
Wants
like,
revenge because as we said, he was a hero in the vampire war who was forced to massacre the vampires, and obviously
once I get
little
my
baby
revenge,
Danny
once
a
I get my revenge, then you can kill me, okay? Okay.
Deal.
And now,
Deal or no deal.
Victor trauma.
Now we have more trauma and more things.
In this chapter summarizes, we're gonna stop having me be accused as a terrorist.
Hey. Okay, so Victor's been accused of being a terrorist, and he's highly wanted by the police. So we're gonna convince the Queen to say that he's not a terrorist by committing an act of terrorism. Doesn't that sound like a great plan? Keep walking.
Should I skip?
I mean, this is just Twilight is chasing them.
Oh, hey, it's Sholmes. Hi, Sholmes.
Yes, this is them explaining, hey, they're bringing me in to try to help catch Victor, so we gotta
speed up the terrorism.
This is your courtesy call to let you know that starting tomorrow, we're going to be your warranty on your terrorism
It's about to expire.
Please press 1 to speak to a representative.
Oh my god.
And they go, I guess we'll just do some terrorism then. Before our terrorism warranty expires.
Hey, new line.
Huh?
In the heat of the moment, I couldn't respond. I don't want to let Victor go, but I can't think of any viable alternatives.
This is a difficult problem.
We have no time to sit here and ponder the possibilities. We're currently surrounded. Victor, I reject your idea.
What? Why?
True, we're surrounded by the army, but there's always the possibility Twilight could take you away from the army's grasp.
That's...
Twilight will use any means they can. They could hide you from the government on their own and torture you. Then they will extract information on this girl's whereabouts from you, and then we'll all be in trouble. Alright, then Leonard's shouting from the
Anyway,
streets.
I think we can skip from here.
Cool.
That's about it for the new stuff. And really, none of this has to do with Saint-Germain. Very little has to do with Saint-Germain, actually, because you never fucking get to hear about him until his actual route.
Yeah, the honeybee soldiers.
We really want to be able to draw Venice. Honeybee soldier.
There's so many sound
Here's
effects.
the Queen.
Yes.
The Queen Bee.
The Queen Bee. Uh-huh.
Queen Victoria. Victor versus Victoria.
The Queen of the Hive of London.
Of Britain.
Of Britain. Well, good. Now that the terrorism is over, we can go back to our everyday lives.
Woo, we successfully terrorismed out of being terrorists. Yay! Anyway, so then now Victoria has declared that they are actually protected by the crown and that no one should go after them. They are totally innocent. She declared this in front of everybody. And so they are no longer being chased by the general government. Which means technically Twilight, as a secret government organization, is not supposed to go after them anymore. Technically.
Aren't they still out of money, too? So, they need to make some? Oh, they're not?
Because, after...
Oh, no, they're entering a race in order to get, manuscripts.
Yeah, so up for winnings is these manuscript things from Isaac. And so they're trying to win them in order to get more information about Isaac's whereabouts. What happened with the money was that after they found little baby Delacroix, whose actual name is Dracula, and I'm still like, they keep calling him Deli here, and I'm like, that's not really, because in the Japanese, because they say like, oh, his name's actually Dracula, right?
Yeah.
So they just call him Dora-chan.
But he's
So
Deli.
really, it should have been like Dracky.
Nah, but here it's Deli.
Yeah, here they went with Deli instead, but it was supposed to be Dracula, and that's where the Dora comes from.
Oh.
So I guess they just kind of got rid of that, but that makes it less impactful for the fact that he's after Van Helsing, because it's Dracula. That's kind of the point. But anyway, what happened with the money was basically that Lupin went and stole back a bunch of the treasures that were lost from the vampire clan that were basically plundered from the war. And in the process, just also kind of took some handling fees from the people who had them. Because, they were stolen treasures from war. And the British government should maybe return the things that they've stolen from other countries. Only Lupin were here to do that in actuality. Anyway, I'm having fun.
We're having lots of fun?
Yeah, we're having fun.
Are we actually
A
having
lot of
fun?
Stealing from the British government? Yeah.
Well, we also stole an airship.
Oh, that's that, yes. Well, here, yes, Lupin just stole an airship.
And then
for
we
them to
modified
enter
it.
The airship race. And this is Nemo.
Satan's
Sorry,
favorite character.
Nemo! I can't do the voice right now.
Yeah, because you're sick.
Throat hurts as.
The Nemo voice literally kills you.
It does. I'm not looking forward to him returning. Fortunately, he doesn't have that many lines that have been around.
That doesn't.
But
I wouldn't.
he
assume.
is there because everyone is there.
Nemo, the mad scientist.
We got a Van Helsing canon.
No, we're not doing the Van Helsing canon.
No, it actually says prepare for counterattack.
Oh, okay.
So it's the Van Helsing canon.
Yeah, but we're not gonna go.
That is where Saint-Germain is.
Yeah, but we're not gonna go through it.
Anyway, so just for context as we skip through, is that the counterattack is that MP has a super secret weapon on this airship. It's literally to strap Van Helsing into a cannonball and fire Van Helsing out of a cannon, and it's called the Van Helsing cannon.
And
Shoot Van Helsing out of the cannon, and
Does it
Van
work?
Helsing comes bursting
Oh, it works.
Yeah,
Oh,
he comes bursting out of the cannonball, starts jumping across the other cannonballs from the enemies, shooting them out from the sky, landing on the other ship, taking them out with his rock salt guns, and then getting flung back into the cannonball via wires.
And the wild thing to me is, after Van Helsing gets strapped in, they're like, oh, we gotta put it in. And Saint-Germain just picks up this giant cannonball with Van Helsing in it and shoves it in.
With one hand.
Yeah. And I'm just like, what?
Yeah, before it was revealed that Impy is the vampire, which by the way, Impy's a vampire, I had sort of
You mentioned
said there is a vampire among them, and Sharky kept trying to speculate who it was, and he was like, it's either Saint Germain or it's Van Helsing. Neither of them are human.
I still don't think Saint-Germain's human. I can skip a lot here, right?
Yeah.
Trauma, trauma, trauma.
We will momentarily. I mean, basically, we can kind of skip this stuff too. He's just chatting with us, but it's actually MC backstory, not Saint Germain
Oh,
backstory.
right. This is where I cried.
This is where you cried of laughter and then immediately cried of crying.
Yeah, we literally went through the Van Helsing canon where I was like laughing so hard, and then we got to here, and I just bawled out of sadness.
Same stream. That was a good stream.
That was a rough stream.
That was a great stream in which we encompassed a whole range of emotions.
Which AC's backstory is.
Wait, maybe we should go through his reaction to it.
Well, what do we?
Go rewind. Come on. Up. Yes.
I finished my story and glanced over at Saint-Germain. He seems to have been listening intently without looking away even once. It's always hard to tell when Saint-Germain is, or what Saint-Germain is thinking, and now is no exception. I wonder what thoughts are going on behind that sculpture-like face at this moment.
We skipped through the entire, I think we'll actually reach the very beginning of his route.
Yeah.
At our stop point today.
Yeah, if we keep going.
I mean, we're just about at 2 hours, but we just have the rest of this chapter to get through.
Yeah.
Which there will be a bit of new stuff, which we
Yeah.
should go. I think anyway, we should go through it so that we have like actual content.
I mean, we have to go through the new stuff anyway. Like.
Yeah, I'm just saying we should reach the end of this chapter before we stop today.
Yeah. Okay.
Which means we have to go through the new stuff of this chapter.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm just saying that as a stopping point, we should try to get through all the chapter stuff.
That's too much suffering for anyone to carry in their past.
Yeah, that's a lot of suffering.
All the trauma that we skipped over. Should we explain AC's backstory for Mick and anyone else who's watching that didn't catch it the first time? We probably should. It's your turn to explain things, Sharky.
I don't remember. Like, I know her father is constantly calling her a monster, or has called her a monster, and it's like stuck there.
Okay, I'll explain it. Okay, so as we said, she was left in this house, where she was just like sitting alone in a room, and her father was like, "Oh, you are the one who will like lead us to the cradle of the world, blah blah blah, but you must never know love because you are a monster." And he leaves her there, and he's like, "I'll come back for you someday." At some point she wakes up and she goes like, there's children like playing outside, and I also kind of want to play with them because I'm lonely in this house because I've been alone for as much as I remember. So she goes out, but she like they like start running away and calling her a monster because both there's like rumors of it, and also she like at some point trips and like loses a shoe or something, and because her skin is poisonous, the grass and dirt and stuff starts turning to mush and like dying around her from her poison. So then she starts getting chased by angry villagers and stuff who like accuse her of being a monster and blame their drought and stuff on her and all the bad things in the town, and say that she's like a curse from that makes God angry at them, blah blah blah. And the preacher's like really mean and angry and stuff. And basically the preacher's just happily blaming everything on her as also a way of using religion to keep the townsfolk under control by blah blah blah. Here's some superstitious stuff. Here's a place to scapegoat at, so yeah, everybody worship God. So they're like attacking her, but then this woman named Elaine, who has a small daughter named Eddie, Elaine comes and like basically saves her from the townsfolk. It's like, she's just a girl. Stop attacking her, and like takes her in. And like helps her hide and stuff. And Elaine like mixes medicines and stuff for a living by like taking ingredients from the woods nearby. And so she like protects her and whatnot, and eventually the town finds her and is like, you're sheltering a monster, you're just as evil, blah blah blah. And she's like, she's not a monster. So the town, eventually the preacher's like, well then prove it, she's a monster, and so we're gonna shut you two together in a cave for like 2 weeks. You're gonna be shut in together, and if you are still alive after the 2 weeks, then fine, she's not a monster. But it's like an airtight cave, and I don't know how that really works, because at some point, shouldn't they also run out of oxygen in 2 weeks? But anyway, so AC's poison like accumulates in the air, and if it doesn't have anywhere to go, it just keeps accumulating. And there's obviously no ventilation in this airtight cave. And so Elaine is sitting in this dark cave with AC and like trying to keep her spirits up and stuff, but she's gradually losing her strength to the poison in the air. And AC is trying to like open a hole in the cave to like let out the poison once she starts realizing like, oh, Elaine's like dying in here. But she doesn't make it in time. And by the time she manages to like melt a hole through the rock to like try to escape and like get the air full, like ventilated or whatever to get the poison out, Elaine has already died. And her daughter is very, very angry about this, obviously, and upset. And so shouts at her, like, it should have been you who died instead of Mama. And so AC is miserable and sad and traumatized that she is the cause of death for someone who cared about her, who had always shown her kindness, and blames herself for the death and shuts herself back up in the mansion. Trauma! And she blames herself ever since. And that's why she also agrees that she's a monster and calls herself a monster all the time. Okay, so this is what Saint-Germain is reacting to. Is that whole story.
Okay.
Back to where we're actually at.
Trauma dumping!
Well, he asked.
Yeah.
I'm not the one who suffers. I'm the one who makes others suffer. I wonder if I really am a monster. And whether I deserve to live.
Miss Stacy, don't say any more.
I'm the one who killed Elaine. Because I'm a monster. He was right. If only I had died instead.
Miss Stacy.
Saint-Germain's gentle yet firm voice halts my outpouring of words.
Both Miss Elaine and Miss Eddie suffered immensely. I'm not going to deny that. But you did too, didn't you? You carry the mistakes of your past around you, thinking them crimes, and suffer now.
I'm not suffering. I'm the only one who didn't lose anything. I'm being selfish and trying to become happy.
Happy, you say?
He thinks for a moment, then smiles his usual smile.
That's the most severe punishment there is in the world.
Being happy be a punishment.
Objectively, perhaps seeking happiness is not a crime, but people will be people. Your own regrets never truly disappear, but slumber on in the depths of your heart forever and ever.
God.
No matter how much you try to tell yourself, it couldn't be helped. You did the best you could in the situation. The vivid memories of those moments will follow you around forever, for as long as you live upon this earth. Here's what I think. Hell exists within ourselves, personal hells, that no one can set foot within. I pray that one day you will be able to escape the hell you bear.
Thank you.
Even then, the feeling that I deserve to suffer doesn't go away. But a little bit, just a little bit, I feel like I've been saved, just knowing that there's someone who understands.
Thank you, Saint-Germain. Bless you.
Thank you.
Amongst all of this religious talk.
I'm the one who must thank you. I'm glad that you shared the whole truth with me without disguising it.
The next day, more skipping. Basically, they found the laboratory and they're going to go
Yes,
in.
they found a secret lab according to those manuscripts that they won from the airship race.
And now they're going to go and try to see if there's any information on AC and on
And now we
Isaac.
hit new stuff where they split up to look in this giant lab, which is hidden underneath a graveyard, because Isaac's a dramatic bitch.
Come on, gang. Let's split up for clues.
Saint-Germain, may I come along with you?
Oh, are you sure you want to accompany me? Well, there's no greater honor than being chosen by you.
How is this going to work? Okay.
Happy you feel that way.
What's going on here? Why does it feel like you two have suddenly grown closer? You're right. On the other hand, she and you seem to be drifting apart. Lupin? Can you refrain from making jokes that hurt my heart like that? Seriously!
Aha. This group is always so lively, no matter where we are. Now, where shall we go, Miss AC?
We leave the others behind and enter one of the rooms along the main hallway. The room is filled with books, documents, and piles of papers, all stacked up and crammed away crammed anywhere they can fit.
There's so much here. Did my father leave all this behind?
My, this is... It's one problem to have no clues to go on, but having too many is not necessarily a good thing either.
That's true, that's true.
It's gonna be tough.
What can we do? Let's start looking through everything and see if any of this information might be of use.
Right.
Sometime later, I've read through several reports. Saint-Germain, on the other hand, has been painstakingly going through each document, slowly but surely.
Thank you, Count.
What's this? I don't believe I have done anything to deserve your thanks.
I feel a little better after you listened to me yesterday.
Ah, yesterday, don't mention it. I asked because I wanted to.
Thank you anyway.
Aha. Alright, I gratefully accept your thanks.
With so many papers, there's no telling how much time it will take to go through everything in this room alone. I'll have to rely on a little bit of intuition. I reach into a pile of documents to randomly pick something. I slip on a sheet of paper and fall.
What? Luigi.
Are you alright?
Just before I hit the ground, the Count catches me.
I'm sorry.
Oh, it's nothing. What's more, seems I've found what I've been looking for.
Saint-Germain plucks one document from the fallen pile and smiles faintly while he glances at it.
I see, so that's how it is.
Did you find something?
Just checking some facts, it says nothing of any real significance.
He pushes the paper back into the mound of documents before us.
Oh, I wanted to see too.
It'll be too much trouble to search that whole pile for the paper he was reading.
Now you can call him suspicious.
He's been suspicious this entire time!
Now he's actually acting suspicious.
Was that so? I'm sorry, I should have thought to show you.
Uh-huh, sure there, Count.
Oh, it's fine. Let's look for a while longer. If we don't find anything, we can go back to the meeting place.
Yes, let's.
Saint-Germain, you look sad.
It's no big deal. I'm just a little sorrowful about the impermanence of life. There will always come a time to bid farewell.
Saint-Germain turns back to the mountain of papers. I feel he's acting a bit strange, but I begin looking through more documents. After a while, by the time we've returned to the hallway, the others are already there.
Now then, why don't we present what we have found? That sounds good. I'll start then.
Hold up. Lupin looks up at the ceiling. I was right about having a bad feeling. A narrow underground passageway. It's good they're only coming from one direction, but it's still bothersome. Van Helsing's guns are suddenly in his hands. Huh? What? What are you talking about? Behind us. They're pretty far back, but enemies are on their way.
Truly, they spring up wherever we go. I'm becoming quite tired of them.
They are a government organization, after all. They have manpower and skill, though I'm inclined to agree with the Count.
You mean Twilight's here?
Oh, we worked so hard to get here. How did they find out about this place?
We'll think about that later. Right now, we need to focus on figuring out a way to get out of this moldy tomb.
Are you sure you weren't mishearing? The Queen guaranteed our safety. Twilight shouldn't be able to harm us.
It must mean they want to deal with us so badly that they're ignoring those orders.
No, we're merely an afterthought. Twilight's true target has always been Miss AC. Aren't you the popular one?
That doesn't make me happy at all.
Either way, getting captured here isn't an option. Let's find an exit. The lights suddenly go out. It's so dark, I can't see my hand in front of my face. Whoa! It's so dark!
Damn.
They're headed this way. They must be trying to take us all out while we can't see. There's only one option left to us, Lupin. Back me up and distract them. I'll take the lead and subdue the enemy forces.
Yes, he'll take the lead.
Yep, take the lead. AC, you go with the Count. With his skills, you'll be able to get past most obstacles.
You set the bar so high for me. I'll do my best not to let you down.
Victor, Impy, you just take care of yourselves and get out of here as soon as you can. What? Are you saying we belong on the sidelines? What's this all about?
Yeah, science boys.
That's not what I'm saying. It's just the most effective course of action right now. Some things only the two of you can do. So, for now, we need you to retreat. Don't misunderestimate the strength of the fabulous Mr. Impy. Anyway, I'd be failing as a boyfriend if I left her behind.
I can help too. I ran from the yard for a while before I met you. I have the means to fight back. If they mean to attack us in the dark, the opponent should be wearing the latest in night vision equipment. My flash grenades will work wonders against enemies like that.
Oh, Victor.
Hear that? What's the verdict, Van Helsing? Idiots who know nothing about battle tactics. Do as you please. Sure. We'll just do our thing and save the day. Look for an exit from a different route. This place is huge, so there's likely another way out.
If there isn't another exit.
Don't pray and don't give up. Use all the knowledge you have and keep thinking. No matter how hopeless, choose to live. Oh, wait. Does it go against your belief if I tell her not to waste time praying, Count?
No. God always smiles upon those who try to stand on their own.
Does he?
I'm not. We need to get through this content. I'm not getting into theological discussions at this moment.
Do my best.
Now, my eyes have gotten quite used to the darkness. Let's get moving. You got used to total darkness?
No problems here. Same. I've always had good eyesight.
You guys are all weird.
I mean, that is a true statement.
Victor's not wrong, but he's also the one wearing glasses. Well, I guess so does Van Helsing.
Yeah, so does Van Helsing. I find myself agreeing with Victor.
Victor's the nerd in glasses, I guess.
Looks like the party's arrived. Our plan is simple. Greet them with fire. AC, go.
Alright, be safe, everyone.
Count, take care of her. I vow to protect her. Shall we be off?
As soon as we start running, I hear the sound of fighting from behind us. I almost turn around, but Saint-Germain grabs my hand.
It will be alright. Let's trust them. Just worry about yourself for now.
Yes.
Dot 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 dot. For a while, I run with all my might. That's when I noticed something missing. Saint-Germain was supposed to be ahead of me, but I no longer feel his presence.
Saint-Germain? Where are you?
I stop moving. I carefully call out to him softly, but there's no response. When did we get separated?
You could skip for a little bit.
Boop, 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 boop. Here's the grand master plan.
Not the whole plan, but hey, did you know that you're a homunculus? Oh, okay.
Continue from here?
Probably.
I cover my ears, but his voice continues to ring in my head. I crouch down. I can tell that Finnis is standing right in front of me.
Don't do this anymore, sister. Stop pretending to be human. You're a creature, not a human. You're more than human. It's nothing to be sad about. Would you like to read the red, Sharky?
The embodiment of evil.
Stop. Please, no more. Don't be afraid. I'll take good care of you. That's an important mission given to me by Father. Father said to care for me? That's right. Staying with me will do you good. You don't want what happened to Elaine to happen to Lupin and the others, do you? Your precious friends. Like Elaine. There's no place for the likes of us in the human world. Dot dot dot. Come with me. Let us fulfill the reason we were brought forth into this world. Doing that, Father will surely be pleased. Come, my sister. Will you come with me?
Finnis slowly extends his hand to me. He pulls me towards him, and he's stronger than I'd imagined he could be. I'm unable to resist, and Finnis laughs gleefully at me. Gently, he places his hand against my cheek. Instantly, the sound and smell of burning flesh fill the room.
What are you? That poison really is powerful. Look at my hand, sister. Any normal person would be screaming in pain.
He continues to stroke his hideously burned hand against my face. Melting skin and tissue feels sticky.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Can I ask you something? Do you still consider yourself human after seeing this?
It's as if Finnis doesn't feel pain at all. He looks at me with a gentle smile. I'm so afraid and confused that I can barely breathe.
You're a monster. A monster created by Father. Let's go, sister. For Father. No, let go! What?
Without warning, a blade pierces Finnis's chest. If you said anything, that Discord cut it out.
it heard me coughing because I am coughing for real. And then it was just like, oh, you're not saying anything worth importance. What?
Overconfidence is often one's greatest enemy.
Just a little stab in the chest there. It's fine.
Wait, don't move the thing until we see his eyes. Until we finally see his actual eyes. Who? Who are you?
Oh dear, I must apologize. I haven't introduced myself. My name is Saint-Germain. But perhaps you'd understand better were I to tell you my other name. The Agents of Destiny, Guides of History, we are called many names.
There's his
Ah,
eyes.
but the Apostles of Idea, does that ring a bell?
The one time the eyes opened.
Don't worry, we'll see more of them now. Idea? The idea? The one organization Father feared.
For Mick, this happens in every route?
Yes, in every route, Saint-Germain just kind of shows up and stabs Finis through the heart from behind.
And then whispers this, yes, the Agents of Idea, and then, like, that's it. Or whatever.
Well, in this case, you know, I did say his is the most religion-related. Apostles is used on purpose.
And then it's just like, that's it. That's all we're going into for this route, for this so far. Go Tatum.
Yeah, they're like, anyway, he revealed this, and okay, he's back to being mysterious. What? What? Oh, sorry, I just kind of killed him. Anyway.
Yeah.
I think in the Van Helsing one, right? Because, you know, Van Helsing's whole thing is wanting revenge to kill Finis. And Saint-Germain is just like, whoops, sorry, I denied you your revenge because I killed him.
Yeah.
Anyway, sorry about that. Moving on. Saint-Germain? Gah!
Miss AC, this will be over quickly. Please stay where you are, if you would be so kind.
Saint-Germain's smile is chilling. That's
also, like, really weirdly rendered here.
That's the only
It's like a weird extra light.
That's the only way I can describe him right now.
I finally understand why Twilight could never find you, sister. Idea. You people!
Without letting Finis finish, that will always try to slip me up. Saint-Germain pulls his blade from Finis's body in one swift motion. With a look of pure surprise, Finis collapses on the spot, like a marionette whose strings have been cut. Slowly, so slowly, a pool of red spreads from beneath Finis's body. It's terrifying. I want to run from this place immediately. Saint-Germain wipes the blood off his weapon and slides the blade back up his sleeve where it had been hidden. As he wipes the blood from his face, he gently touches Finis's wrist to check for a pulse.
That should settle things. Now that they've lost Finis, Twilight will have to retreat for now. Let's find a way out of here and ensure our own safety first, then
Finis died right before my eyes. His shocked expression as the blood spurted from his chest. This brutal scene has been burned into my mind.
Miss AC, can you hear me?
Saint-Germain
He
shakes.
asks, like, he has freshly inflicted trauma upon her by killing her brother in front of her.
Saint-Germain shakes me by the shoulder, and I come to. After just hearing the trauma, he inflicts trauma.
But isn't it perfectly normal to watch your brother get stabbed through the chest and be spurting blood in front of you? What's wrong? Aren't you fine? Come on, let's go.
Are you alright? Are you able to move?
Saint-Germain put Finis to death without a moment's hesitation. Yet he's acting normally, as if nothing has changed, and this scares me.
I'm fine.
I see. I'm glad to hear that.
Finis lies there, unmoving. I look at him again, soaking in a pool of his own blood.
So this is how it ends.
Is this really the right way?
It's not over yet. Finis will continue to continue to be the cause of destruction in a very true sense.
As always, his voice has a softness to it.
Now, let's all get away from here. I'm sure Twilight will continue to hound us until Finis's death becomes widely known. Ready to locate a different exit and let Lupin and the others know.
Saint-Germain looks at me with a gentle expression. If we had been back at the mansion, and he was drinking tea as always, it would have been warm and welcoming. But here, now, he's standing over Finis's body and surrounded by the corpses of those who couldn't quite become what I am.
What's the matter, Miss AC? This way.
He's acting so normal in such an abnormal situation. It scares me.
Are you afraid of me, Miss AC?
He sounds defeated, as if his emotions have faded. The weakness in his voice makes me turn. But when I look at him, all I see is the unchanging, ever-present smile that the Count of Saint-Germain always wears.
So many extraordinary things are happening all at once. It's natural to feel confusion or bewilderment. Were I in your shoes, I would certainly be afraid of me as well. But believe me, as I stand here in this very moment, the only thing driving me is the need to protect you.
His smile widens slightly as he slowly takes my hand.
Let's go. There's no reason for us to tarry here any longer.
Yes.
I look up and see countless versions of me that never were. They have no expressions on their faces and simply stare out blankly. For some reason, they look sad to me.
What am I?
If what Finis said is true, that I was created by Father, then why? For what purpose was I made? Finis. I wonder if he was like me, or was he something else entirely? The only person who knows that is dead. I walk over to him and gently close his eyelids. The least I can do for him is to send off. Dot dot dot. Then, what happened? Learning the truth behind my existence? Finis' sudden death. Too much has happened all at once, and by the time we leave, my memories are a blur. Later, Lupin and the others tell me, right after Finis' death, the Twilight forces make a strategic retreat, as if they were aware of what had happened. By the looks of their fluid movement, they said that it almost seemed as if retreating was part of their plan. Thanks to this, we were able to leave the underground laboratory behind with any further interference. After that, we returned to the mansion. As for me, I haven't been feeling well since the confrontation with Finis, and have stayed cooped up in my room. Lupin and the others have returned to the laboratory to investigate further, but they couldn't find anything more. They said that the documents with any key information has been removed by some unknown person. The reason why Finis was after me, Father's whereabouts, and his intentions. The terrorist attack Lupin worries about, how to cure my poison, the horologium, the reason I was created. We can't find the truth behind any of this. We all feel the same sense of uncertainty, as if we'd been climbing a ladder and were suddenly thrown off of it.
Uh,
And tonight, I make a decision.
this is everything.
Midnight. I'm organizing my belongings. I stuff my original clothing, as well as other memorable items, into a suitcase. I'm going to leave this place by myself without telling any of the others. I am an artificially created monster.
Tries to do this in every route as well.
Interesting.
Well, I'm saying it now because this is the third time, so I'm
Yeah.
like, yeah, I feel like I could just say it.
Yeah. Deep down, I had always believed that one day the poison would be removed, and that I would be a normal person. But I know that I'm not even human. It's not that I'm listening to Finis, but because I'm a monster, I can't allow myself to rely on Lupin and the others here anymore. If I myself am terrified of what I am, what must the others be thinking? Cece whines as if telling me to stay, and my hands stop in their work.
Sorry, Cece, but I have to go. I can't trouble everybody any longer.
I pick up the suitcase and go out into the hallway. In truth, it's not really about troubling them or anything like that. I just can't meet their eyes. It turned out to be a real monster. Just a doll created by a man to imitate the appearance of a human. The others here might look at me the same way that the villagers had in my past. And because they got involved with me, they might end up like Elaine. I step outside the mansion. I need to get away before they discover that I've left. But my determination wavers, and I can't help but look back. Both back at the mansion and back in my memory.
It's Saint-Germain.
You're out so late. Is something wrong?
What?
I hear a voice, not from the mansion behind me, but ahead of me, from the path leading into town.
I didn't approve of being out so late. Twilight is still searching for you.
What?
Finis is gone, so why would Twilight bother?
I've just returned from a community gathering of nobles and learned something regarding Twilight's recent actions. Seems that even with Finis gone, they are still persistently targeting you for reasons unknown. You'll continue to be in danger, just as you were before.
Oh. All the more reason for me to leave all of you in the mansion then.
Leave? Where are you planning to go?
I hesitate for a moment, but then I reconsider. Surely Saint-Germain would understand.
You can't continue causing trouble for the rest of you. That's why I can't stay with all of you anymore.
I see. You're right. You shouldn't get them involved in further danger. Your decision to leave this place behind is correct.
Yes. Thank you for everything, Count. I wish you well.
Oh? Why the parting words?
Because you just said that I shouldn't involve you in any more danger.
I said you shouldn't involve them in any further danger. I wasn't including myself in that statement.
Why?
It's best if we act quickly. Let's leave without telling them. They'll surely try to stop us if they find out.
But you need to tell the rest of the group about Twilight. And I can't possibly drag you along with me.
I'll inform everyone about Twilight at a later time. This is my own decision.
Who's gonna say grace before breakfast?
I'm gonna go with you because I want to. You're special to me.
He starts walking slowly down the path, as if to guide me, and I follow behind. I stare at Saint-Germain's back as he walks ahead in the moonlight. I think about the events in the laboratory. Saint-Germain killed Finis. His cold gaze. Saint-Germain called himself an agent of destiny and a guide to history? What exactly is an apostle of idea?
Saint-Germain? Isn't there anything you need to take with you before we leave this place?
Saint-Germain smiles his usual smile.
It won't be a problem. The hideaway we're headed to now has all the supplies we'll need. Besides, I don't intend to stay in that place for a very long time in any case.
Ooh. And that's it. Twilight?
And stop.
Twilight?
Yes? Just wait until chapter 11 of the Saint Germain route is literally just titled Saint Germain.
Screaming. Thank you for joining us, Mick.
Yeah.
Thank you for having me.
We got through all of the common routes. We're
Yes.
speeding.
Thank you for reading 2 of my roles.
Oh, my pleasure.
The 2 major ones aside from AC.
Yeah.
Did you have fun with the trauma and horrible things happening? I hope you still had fun.
I did, yeah.
Okay, good. I'm like, did you have fun with the let's see, there was a lot of trauma, and then you voiced someone who killed someone in cold blood, and but as long as you still had fun.
Yeah, and thanks everybody for watching in the present or in the future.
And if you're watching in the future and it's still June, then happy Pride Month. Or if in the present.
Or if it's
Happy
a
Pride
future,
Month right
or
now.
if it's a future June,
Or that. Yes.
or just Happy Pride 24/7.
Yeah.
We'll be back Wednesday.
Should be.
Are we still doing Loving Leave on Wednesday? I forgot.
Should be.
I honestly don't remember our schedule anymore.
Okay, so I mean the next coming weeks, next Sunday we're gonna have more special guest stuff because we're gonna have the Ace couple joining us for a hot full stream. In the meantime, Wednesday and Friday should be as per usual.
Okay.
The Wednesday after that should be as per usual. We're out on the 24th and probably the 26th. Unless Sharky wants to do a solo thing on the 24th, I don't know.
We'll
And
see.
then on the 29th, we'll have our one special community aloe guest, Insidious Pie, who's our nice friend who's agreed to join us for a stream.
Yeah.
And that's our collabs for June. Very exciting. I'm happy that we have collabs this month. Like Mick, who did a great job.
Oh, thank you.
Murdering another person.
Yeah, okay. Great job on the murder, Mick. Hey, Mick didn't murder. They just voiced a murderer. But you know, a lot of people in this game are murderers for various reasons. Seeing as technically Van Helsing was also a murderer.
Is Lupin a murderer? Impy's not a murderer.
Impy's not a murderer. A lot of people in this game, though, have killed people or will kill people for various reasons.
Thanks for joining. We'll see you next time. Bye.
Bye bye.